Hello everybody. I'm going to explain how to fix the Jack Lalanne Healthmaster 100 blender. Now this was a pretty popular item probably about 10 years ago. It was all over a bunch of infomercials, and it's a great blender, but as you can see, as you know, Jack Lalanne passed away a couple years ago, so of course the company's out of business. These came with a 100-year warranty. Of course there's no way to redeem the 100-year warranty. I bought this one in 2008. I'm a soldier in the military. I was deployed and already had one back home, but I wanted one for the deployment, so I bought this one here. Used it a lot for 1 year and then kind of put it up. Well, this past year I got deployed again, so I started using it, and shortly after, I would say probably after using it about 4 months, the bearing went bad. So I've disassembled it. I will come close up here. You can see the bearings just rusted out and just came apart. And this is a common problem. As I looked on the internet for a solution, I found that lots of people had these problems, but no one's found a solution. So that's what I'm doing today, is giving you a solution on how to fix this. So as I was looking through, I thought I could go ahead and replace the bearing. So I went and I picked up this bearing at a nice hardware store. It's the exact same bearing that would fit in there, but then I noticed I need a lot of special tools, and the environment that I was in, deployed, I didn't have all my tools with me, so it was a bit of a problem. So what I did was kept looking through the internet, and I ran across a website. Well, first I ran across a couple of YouTube videos of a gentleman demonstrating a pitcher with blades and bearings, the whole thing together, and it was a replacement for a Vitamix as well as the Montel Williams Healthmaster, and I think he has a replacement for the Blendtec also. But anyway, so I looked, and he sells blade and bearing assemblies. So I looked on there and I said, I wonder if that one will work. It's $35. I said, $35, it's worth a try. You know, I bought this thing for $89. And it worked great for me, but now the bearing went bad. I couldn't use it, so I said, what the heck? So as soon as I ordered it, I got an email from this gentleman. I believe his name is Thomas, and he said, this blade doesn't fit in the pitchers for the Vitamix, assuming I was buying it for a Vitamix. I said, I don't think I'm not buying it for a Vitamix. I'm buying it for a Healthmaster 100. Of course, he thought I was talking about the Montel Williams Healthmaster. So I called him on the phone, and we talked back and forth. I took some close-up pictures of the pitcher as well as the other blade, and so he went ahead and sent me the blade. Now, as soon as I got it, one thing that I did realize is the old backing plate for the old blade assembly is reverse threads. In other words, the old righty-tighty, lefty-loosey does not work. In other words, you tighten this by turning it left. Well, that's not going to work on his blade, so not a problem. I called him back, and he also sells these nice backing plates. He sells a thin one and a thick one. The thick one actually works very well with this Jack Lalanne Healthmaster. So it comes with a nice rubber gasket. It's not an O-ring. It's an actual ridged rubber gasket that fits right in a groove. So it mounts real nice. So it's a real easy assembly, because you know the old blade and bearing assembly just screws off, and it has the same exact cutout that fits perfect in the Alternajar blade. Now the name of this company is Alternajar. So you can Google search Alternajar, or you can go to alternajar-store.com and you can find it. And you can go on there and look. He's got a phone number on there. If you're confused, you can call him, because he's got 3 different type of blades. But I've talked to him. If you tell him it's for the Jack Lalanne Healthmaster, he'll know exactly which one to send you. So all you do is put your blade in. It lines right up with the grooves there. And then you take the backing plate, like so. And this one is a regular standard thread, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so it goes on by tightening it to the right. And I like to look down through here just to make sure that the rubber gasket seals properly. And so it's got these nice little grooves. You can put your finger in there and really get it nice and tight. Now, one of the reasons I think these bearings go bad is because I think people put these in the dishwasher. It's the last thing you want to ever do with a sealed bearing like this. As you see how easy that it comes off and goes on. So if you feel you need to put this pitcher into the dishwasher, then go ahead and do so. But first, take off the bearing and blade assembly so you don't get that wet. So once you've done that, it fits right back on, just like new. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my favorite, I wouldn't call it a smoothie, I call it a protein drink. It is, I watched a movie probably about a year ago. It was called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And a guy transforms himself and gets himself healthy with juicing. So I bought a juicer and I started doing that. But then I noticed it was so expensive and I felt like I was losing so much of the nutrients out of the fruits and vegetables because I was just extracting the juice. So I went back to using the blender, and of course the bearing went out, and so here we are with a bearing replacement. But one of the recipes I got from that gentleman that made the movie, he calls it his Big Five. It's a cucumber, apple, pineapple, celery, and romaine lettuce. So what I'm going to do is mix all this stuff together. Go ahead and put it here in the blender. Put our top on, and if you have one of these jack-o'-lanterns, you know how this goes on. You just line the dot up and turn. Now, because this is, I'm going to have to use the plunger to get it down, so here we go. There you have it. So once again, the solution for fixing a bad bearing assembly blade for the Lalanne Healthmaster 100. You can buy the blade and bearing assembly with the locking backing plate at Alternajar. Alternajar-store.com. Thank you for listening. I hope this helps, and enjoy your smoothies, protein drinks, whatever you like to make with a blender.